This week, I want to give you a super simple tip that I hope will make a big difference for you. 5 past and 5-2. It's about trying to address the curse of back-to-back meetings. This was pretty bad in a lot of organizational cultures before the beginning of this year. And in this year, with so many of us having all of our meetings in this virtual format, we are just lining them up back to back. For some of us, we've shifted to MS Teams as a way to manage this. And so we might be having shorter meetings because their default is half an hour instead of the Outlook 1 hour. But we're still chocking them up back to back. From a performance perspective as leaders, this has very real impact. So our brains need time to tune in to the problem that's in front of us, the reason for this particular meeting. We need to, it takes us a little while to gather all those thoughts together and bring them to kind of front of stage, ready to be able to contribute effectively. What happens when we back up meeting to meeting is that we don't get the chance to do that. We then also don't get the chance to stop, process everything that happened in that meeting and do something to start to take action towards. So we get this compounding effect of people not having enough space to think and contribute well, and not having enough space to do something about their contribution or their meaningful follow-up actions immediately afterwards. And so pieces get lost in the system. The other thing that happens is dreadful for our well-being as leaders. We don't get a chance to reset, to pause. Some of us aren't even getting a chance to go for a pee. I mean, it's just out of control for some of us. So we want you to think about there's a couple of simple things that we can do. The most extreme version is to do a blanket rule to halve the duration of any meeting. If someone sends you a meeting request for an hour, make it half an hour. Someone sends it for half an hour, make it a quarter of an hour. Some organizations do this and it actually turns around remarkable productivity. I think it's a little short-sighted in that it doesn't take into account the complexity and the nuance of what has to happen in conversations, and that some people do actually allow the right amount of time. But what is a really simple tip is the 5 past and the 5-2. Change the way you manage your meetings. So if our meetings are in the calendar for 2 p.m. till 3 p.m., instead of starting at 2 o'clock expecting everyone to be ready, let's start at 5 past. Let's give people that 5 minutes to wrap their heads around, get in process, go to the loo if that's what they need to do, grab a cup of tea, but have a chance to tune in. If we then start at 5 past, everyone's brains are ready. Let's finish at 5-2. At 5-2, we stop the meeting, wrap up ideas. If people want to have a chit chat afterwards, keep your meeting open, not a problem, as in close the meeting, but keep the screen open so they can keep talking to each other. But give people that processing time in between. So for each meeting, it's slightly shorter, but for leaders and for the people who we're working with, it means we've got these 10-minute windows all the way through the day. Give it a try next week. See what happens. I'm not guaranteeing it as a magic wand, but it's a simple way to try and break this culture that we are finding where we just go from Zoom to Zoom to Zoom. Zoom, Zoom. Anyway, good luck. Enjoy. I hope it works for you, or I hope it triggers another idea of yours that's even better. If you want to play with more thinking around how you can improve the way you're communicating, how your meetings are working, join us for my next online program. It's starting in October. Effective Communication, designed specifically for professionals who are working in the mid-levels, complex organizations in that messiness. I look forward to working with you.